what are the fundamentals of a preseason ski fitness program? A, strength, balance, agility, biomechanics, and alignment. B, balance, extreme flexibility and strength. Or C, strong quads and hams.
The answer is A. So we need strength, balance, agility, good biomechanics, alignment, and good neuromuscular control. Back in the day, I think we used to just ride our bikes and do that, sit against the wall and have strong quads, but we didn't quite realize all the things that really we should have been doing to be really ready for the ski hill. And if you're really strong, but you have not very good balance, well, you might fall more often. And even though you have strength, you don't have good balance. So every time you fall, you might put yourself more at risk for injuring your knee. Or if you're not very agile and all of a sudden you're skiing along and you're really strong, but the little kid cuts in front of you, if you're not super agile to make a quick move, you might fall or you might hit the kid or you might hurt your knee. Also, biomechanics and alignment is really important. Doesn't matter how strong you are. If you don't have good biomechanics, you're putting yourself at risk, and we'll talk about that a little later. And just good neuromuscular control, that your brain is telling your muscles to what to do, and that you have highly tuned movements.
I can hardly look, I look forward to us working on these 5 or 6 components of getting ready to ski. Just one more question before we get into the exercises. What muscles are most important for a healthy skier? Is it your quads, hams? Is it your core? Is it your hips and gluteals? Or is it all of the above?
And it's definitely all of the above. So we don't want to have a very all-rounded muscle group strength, good biomechanics, and if you have really strong quads but weak hamstrings, or a really strong core but really weak shoulder muscles, like if you're not balanced, then you can put yourself at risk as well. So having good all-round strength and fitness is very important.
All right, so now we get to exercise. We're going to invite Britt to be one of our models, and we'll kind of start with the warm-up.
Hi,
and
everyone.
then go from there, and Lynn's going to lead us.
Okay, so we're just going to, and I recommend all of you to get up and try some of these exercises. Don't just watch us do them. So the first one I want to talk about is two-legged squats, doing a squat. Obviously, skiing is very much up and down squat movement, and you definitely should have some squats in your program. So Britt's going to...
Can we, before that, can you just tell me what you do on the hill, though? I know we kind of rushed out of the slide, but what's your warm-up? What do you do?
Right.
And I want to stress that, I actually do have some arthritis under my kneecaps. And if I start cold and go do a full run, I ache like crazy. Whereas if I do warm up, I'm so much better. So give me some tips on warming up.
Yeah, I think we kind of went past that slide, but that's okay. So when you sit in a car, especially for us in Canmore, we drive to Lake Louise or Sunshine, you're in your car and you sit in the gondola, and it's probably a good hour. And then you get out and it's minus 15, minus 20, your muscles are sore. And all of a sudden we take the chairlift up and you sit there next to your buddy, and then you get off the top and you just go skiing. So it's a really good idea to warm up before you go skiing. And even if it's just 5-10 minutes, bottom of the hill or the top of the chairlift before you ski. And yeah, there were some slides of, you can first of all, you can do lots of hip swinging. So you can do figure eights, poles in the snow.
Come on there, Britt. What's your warm-up?
Figure eights.
I do these in my warm-up, some lunges to get your quads warmed up, some like sit-ups to activate your core, some arm swings to get the whole body moving. Those are my main ones.
Squats.
So that's part of your routine.
Yeah, before every run we do a quick warm-up, just 5 minutes even, just to get the body moving before our run.
Go. Yeah, right on.
Okay, so at home, and all these exercises you can do with very little equipment. So it's great to go to a gym, but a lot of people, especially during COVID, couldn't go to a gym. So all you need is a physio ball, a piece of band, and we'll show you some exercises that you could do in your living room. So the first one is just two-legged squats, where it's going to demonstrate. So back to the biomechanics and alignment, we really want, you can see how her hips are staying level, her pelvis is level, her knees are going over the center of her foot.
See, I need to warm up.
So what Mark was really doing, bending forward a lot. So you want to keep
your back neutral.
Keep your back in a neutral position.
Holy cow.
Stick your bum out like you're sitting on a chair, and that gets your back more into a neutral position. Good. Okay, so you can make that harder by adding weights. Once you can do 30 squats, no problem, you can add some weights. These are 5 pounds, 8 pounds each, adds quite a lot. And then you can make it harder. Actually, go back. Once you're starting squats, you want to start with just a 30-degree squat. And as you progress, you can go into a 90-degree squat. And sometimes in skiing, we actually get way back on our tails and you have to pull yourself out of awkward positions. So sometimes it's good to do some deep squats so that you're ready for those positions that you don't necessarily choose to be in, but sometimes you get in them.
I will state though, that if your body says it's not happy at 90 or 100 degrees, don't go there.
Sure.
The kneecap itself is loaded the more we bend it. And so generally we're quite comfortable in the first 36 degrees. Yes, take that a bit and you might warm up a bit and then take it more. But don't go to pain. Don't go to where it's a real painful exercise.
Yeah. And then you can also add, once you're comfortable with squats, you can add some jumps. And again, really concentrating on your alignment, your back is neutral, your core is tight, and your alignment of your knees is over the center of your foot. Good. Okay, a lot of skiing is not 50-50 weight. A lot of weight should be on your downhill ski. And so we need to train being able to do one-legged squats. And it's amazing how many high-level skiers cannot do a one-legged squat very well. So the important part is to have, again, your pelvis is level, your knee is going over the center of your foot, and that you're nice balanced. So if you can train your body to work in this alignment, then when you're out skiing, it will do that, hopefully.
What about pistol versus behind for a single?
Yeah, both are great. It's good to mix it up. And go pretty hard pistol. Let's see it, Mark.
All the way down.
Got Brit for.
And again, you can make one-legged squats harder by adding weights or doing a one-legged jump. Let's do one-legged jump.
And I'll tell you, if you can go to 90 degrees on a healthy knee, you're strong.
Yeah.
That is not easy. I use that as a test following ACL reconstructions for the last 30 years, and a very small percentage can get to 90 degrees. So that means you're exceptionally strong. Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to do some jump downs. So skiing, because it's an eccentric activity, there's lots of, you're going against gravity, you're going down, your muscles are lengthening. You have to be able to control your quads in an eccentric fashion. And so doing jump downs, you just stop off a step and do 2-leg jump downs, and you want to control that eccentric motion. We don't all want to take jumps, but sometimes the light is flat and all of a sudden there's a jump in front of you, or there's a cat track you didn't see, or you're avoiding a tree, and all of a sudden you do get a bit of air. So it's good to train yourselves a little bit to do jumps, especially even if you're older. It's good to do a little bit of eccentric work. So you can start with 2 feet off, 2-foot landing. And then you can progress that to a 2-foot takeoff, 1-foot landing. Again, really thinking about the alignment and the absorption. And then you can go a 1-foot takeoff and a 1-foot landing. Good. And you can make it harder by using BOSU. Jumping on and off the BOSU. And if you don't have a BOSU, even just a cushion at your house will just add a little bit of imbalance and makes things just a little bit harder.
The more you add imbalance to your exercises, that trains that neuromuscular reaction, so that if something goes awry while you're skiing, you're quicker to respond. So if everything's controlled and linear, like a single leg squat, yes, it's helpful for position of body in space and strength, but you need to add some agility and reaction to it.
Right.
And so the Bosun ball or the pillow or whatever is a good progression. And I know we're going to progress further.
Very important to work the hamstrings. A lot of people tend to work the quads a lot more than the hamstrings. So this is a really nice core exercise and hamstring curl. So it's going to lift up. And as she's pulling her legs in, she's activating her hamstrings. Because she's on a ball, it's an unstable surface, so it's actually quite hard. You can make it harder by putting your hands across your chest so you have less surface area on the ground. And then you can do one-legged as well if this gets quite easy for you. If you've had a ACL reconstruction with a hamstring graft, don't jump to this exercise.
Too early.
Too early, exactly.
You might wait 6 months, 3 to 6 months for that after an ACL.
All right, a nice good core exercise is, we call it the plank rotisserie. So it's going to go into her hands and feet. You want to have a really nice tight core, neutral lumbar spine. She's squeezing her glutes. Shoulder blades are nice and flat on her rib cage. And then you can hold that, and then she's going to try to do the rotisserie and go onto one side. Now she's putting all the weight on the left arm, and she can add some hip abduction work as well by lifting her right leg. There's a lot going on here with the core, with the shoulder, with the scapula, and the glutes. Okay, and then she can go back into a plank and lift the other leg. Great, thanks.
That was the best idea to get Brent to come.
Last year we tried to do it.
That's
We're
right.
like,
Oh my God. Okay, and do you go straight to the side or are you allowed down?
go straight to the side.
There you go.
Yeah, whoa, there you go. Hold that.
Not bad.
Other side. And hold that.
I think that gives you perspective. I love it.
All right. This little tool is called the penalty box, and it's it folds up, so it's really handy. And you can have this at home. Hopefully you guys can see this. There, perfect. Okay, so there's all sorts of different patterns that you can make up in your living room. And so you can start with 2 feet, back and forth at all different angles. You can go back and forth.
I think there should be a beep when you touch the line.
And then you can add one-footed jumps. And this is that agility and proprioception, training your body to be able to work quickly, be able to go forward and back, side to side, and really mix it up. Okay, and then some more ski specific, side to side jumping. And even if you don't have a penalty box at home, you can just get some tape on your carpet or use the tiles in your house, and you can come up with, like a lot of people have agility ladders, same sort of thing, but just smaller and easier to use. And this is also, you can make a little bit of a hurdle. So you can do various jumping exercises over it. All right. Let's go with this. Okay, and then lastly, so of course there's many exercises to do, but these are some of the important ones. So you can get a piece of tubing and have your friend hold the tubing. And then Britt's going to go into a slalom side to side jump. Again, thinking about her biomechanics, her alignment. And so you can do it slowly and hold for 3 seconds, working on balance as well. Or you can go more for strength and speed and back and forth, back and forth. Good. And you can do that on either side.
So Lynn, if I'm not used to this, how would I progress a few of these? What are some strategies to be not overwhelmed?
Right, that's a good question. Obviously, these are some fairly high level exercises, but just start really slowly, maybe just add a couple of the exercises each day, and don't do too many repetitions so that you can sense your knees and your hips. Is it too much, or can you take more? And the amount of resistance of the band, obviously, start with a really light resistance or no resistance and progress to a stronger resistance. Keep the weights small or no weights at first. So it's a weight, a resistance, a speed number that you do, and how many exercises you do in a session.
Are there any skiers that shouldn't do these exercises?
If you have certain injuries, maybe there may be some things that wouldn't be easy on you, but
My point being is, I think we should all try to do some level of these preseason balance, agility, strength, and take them to our own levels. So all of us sitting out there have no excuse. I don't have an excuse. I've got some homework. And I know that we're going to have this portion available for people if they want to come back to the foundation website and see the video again. You don't have to have memorized it in this little presentation, because I've got some homework to do, and I just want to make sure everyone should be aware that, yeah, participating and getting this going prevents injury, and that's a big part of that. And it's super cool to see you performing at this level, because that is the top level. Me fumbling away, I work on core every day, and yeah, and it's just not, it's not the same.
there you go. So everyone can just start at where they're at and progress. Good. See, you're getting better already.
Awesome.